Welcome to your weekend focus, February the 12th and the 13th, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. I don't know why I got all these goosebumps all of a sudden, but when I said that, I got just so you must be sending your love right back to me. I'm just covered in goosebumps right now. Okay, 12 energy. The 12 is about taking a step back, thinking things through, being in the moment, surrendering, giving up control, knowing that you don't need to hold on to that control. I always say I'm more than willing to give up the control of getting the garbage out to the curb. Somebody else wants to take that over, I will back right away. It's not the things that you need to take control over or keep control over. It's the things that we're trying to control in our lives that really we have a very limited control in the first place. So we need to let it go and concentrate more on the things that we can control in our lives. 1 plus 2 is a 3. So that is our beautiful Empress energy. So highly intuitive today, of this weekend, actually, because the 12 comes into play on Sunday as well. More diplomatic, so we are not so fast to want to get out of our comfort zone. So when you are being pushed or jarred perhaps in out of your comfort zone, pay attention to what is going on and what it's trying to tell you. For the daily on Saturday, it would be an 11 energy. So that is our master number. It does ask for self-sacrifice. It does ask for us to focus. It does ask for us to make a true commitment to ourselves and then putting our focus on that commitment. It's also about letting go of the things that clutter our path, that take up space, that if we want new experiences to come in, then we have to make space for those new experiences. Whether it's time, energy, resources, we need to make the space. On Sunday, we have the 13 energy. It's not a bad luck number. Please don't think that. But sometimes some of the things that happen to us under the 13 energy, we're pretty confident that it was bad luck. It actually puts us right into the path that we need to go forward. So don't try and fight any kind of circumstances or situations that come up. Don't try and go against the flow. Go with the flow and see where it takes you. You might be pleasantly surprised by the outcome and the quick outcomes. And then, of course, the numerology of the day for Sunday is a 12 energy again. So we just discussed that. So that 12 energy and that 3 energy is very potent and very strong. So it's about our creativity, giving birth to something. It's about pulling it back and thinking it through, being in the moment. I mean, this is a perfect weekend to just breathe in and breathe out. I was just listening to my book there, Bruce Lee. It's taken me forever to get through it. And he has a workout that you do 3 minutes. The first 3 minutes you wake up in the morning. So you're not even allowed to get out of bed. You have to start with these stretches and these deep breaths. Don't have your chest involved at all in these deep breaths. It's all in the tummy. And then he's got certain leg exercises and arm exercises and everything that you do really laying down. It takes 3 minutes, and he believes that that is the initial start of bringing into balance mind, body, and spirit. So I don't remember it all, so I'm not going to tell you it all because I don't recall it all. But I do remember that it starts with just some really big stretches, like arms as far up over your head as you can, and your legs, get those toes pointing, and then do some deep breathing exercises. But it's the first 3 minutes before you get out of bed in the morning. So, hey, try it. Give a couple of big stretches and deep breaths. Let that tummy go all the way out. Make your tummy do the work, is how he puts it. It is a beautiful day to be in the moment. It's a beautiful weekend to be in the moment. Sun is in Aquarius, Moon is in Cancer for our weekend. So it's home, it's family, it's about protecting the ones we love. Sensitive. We're very sensitive to people, their feelings, their emotions. And we're a little bit more cautious to color outside the lines, to step outside our comfort zones. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say for us for this weekend. The Five of Wands play nicely together. This is about group scenarios. And with Aquarius, we do have team building, we have groups, we have clans, we have family, but groups of people coming together. Maybe brainstorming new ideas together or just creating life one day at a time together. And this is where, yes, we need to let other people bring their talents, their gifts to the table. But we are also being asked to do likewise. So it's not a day to pull back or think you don't want to do it because, maybe they'll point at you and laugh at you. And all of a sudden you don't fit into the group because they were like, oh, we weren't expecting that. Wow. So you do that, huh? It was like me telling people I was a tarot card reader 20 years ago. They're like, oh, that's interesting. Now I can say mind, body, spirit, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. When I said it 20 years ago, they went, and that means what? So it's bringing your best to the table and being your authentic self to the table, your talents, your abilities. To not pull back, to allow your inner creativity to flow, perhaps. But we also take note of other people's talents and abilities. We're not slamming the door and saying, my way's better. But we're taking into account what they can bring to the table, how they can bring more success, more happiness, more joy, more love into a certain environment, circumstance. The World card is next. We've got some loose ends. We are stepping into new paths, and we might not even know what that path is quite yet. We may have hints and clues, and we're not sure, and we're sitting on the fence. And this card definitely says tie up the loose ends. Tie up the things that are burdening you, pulling you down. The so-called clutter in your life, or maybe in your heart. This is about new experiences being right around the corner for you. But you have to take care of yesterday. You have to put it in the past. You have to leave it behind. And then the sun right after, the I am. It's all about you. That sun doesn't come from the sun, or that light doesn't come from the sun. The light comes from you. You get this aha moment, this epiphany, this awareness, this knowledge comes in, and you see the way forward. Before that, it just looked like a dark area. We didn't know there was a path there at all. And this is based on a lot of our growth throughout our life, all the paths that we have walked. That's what the large sunflowers represent there, is our maturity. The maturity within our talents, our abilities of who we are, our thought patterns, our morals, our values. All that comes into play. And we see the way forward. So expect those epiphanies, expect those aha moments, expect those light bulb moments, those flashlights of lightning and get struck by lightning, kind of, just not literally, please. Don't go out there in a storm and go, come on, Tilly said it's okay. No, I did not. That lightning bolt of knowledge comes in. So pay attention to what, especially when you're being dragged out of your comfort zone. That is the time that you really need to pay attention to what is going on in your surroundings, what your God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, the divine wisdom is trying to point you towards. We have, oh my gosh, the star. This is a very strong weekend. Now, the star is making the impossible possible. The star is, once again, the aha moment, the epiphany. You didn't think you could go forward that way. The path might have just been darkened and we couldn't see it, but or we just thought, nah, it just can't come together the way I want it. And you see how it can. And maybe it is somebody within your circle or somebody you meet, because we are in new moon energy. So it could be somebody brand new you meet that just kind of brings some talent to the table, some skill to the table that opens doors for you that you really thought were shut. There was no way to get that door open. There was no way to get even that door ajar. You kept knocking and nothing was happening. Making the impossible possible. We get the epiphany. We get the aha moment. So pay attention today. Oh my goodness, pay attention today. One more card. Look at this. The strength card comes out. So things are going to happen this weekend. Absolutely. It's not really a free will kind of weekend. Certain things are going to happen. Now we have the free will on how we're going to interact with the energies. Interact with the things that pull us out of our comfort zone or gives us an idea, a thought. The strength card is embracing your talent, embracing your strength, embracing your courage, and utilizing them and going forward and really walking with a sense of integrity. That is so vitally important when this card comes out. We can't grow a fantasy to get buy-in. That's going to fail on us. We have to be really honest. We can't, and please, don't start any gossip. Don't buy into any gossip. And this card for many of us is we could be feeling a little bit more competitive, a little bit more challenged, because it did come up in the first position, and I kind of left that out. When it's in the first position, we could feel challenged in some way, or we're being very competitive about things. We're looking at not a competition within ourselves, judging ourselves against ourselves to look at our growth, but we're judging ourselves against others maybe. And we're going, I could do that, and I can do that better. So that could be part of the energy. And it's how you utilize that, knowing that there is so much magic available to us. And yes, we need to, the strength card is there to tell us to embrace our strength and courage, taking a risk on ourselves in some way. Now remember, we have the 12 energy really big there, so we want to be in the moment. We want to take a step back, and we're going to think things through before we make any kind of decision. So we want to pause, but wow. Maybe that's why I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps again. The reading of goosebumps. Okay, a mantra. Legends. Learn from those who inspire you. Learn from those who inspire you. So a mentor, a teacher, or going to somebody who has the knowledge. You want to invest your money, then maybe it's time to sit down with an accountant, a financial advisor, or somebody from the bank, or somebody who deals with money, somebody who's walked that path, somebody who knows the ins and outs to educate you in some way. What do you want to step into? So start, trying to make, you want to be a nurse, then go where the nurses hang out after work and whatnot and talk to them about what they did in order to become a nurse and what were their choices and would they do it the same way again, and start to build that knowledge base from what somebody's already walked through so you don't make the same mistakes. And their stories, I don't care whose story it is, there's insight to it. I'm listening to Bruce Lee for spiritual advisement right now, and I'm getting it. Legends. Legends. Learn from those who inspire you. You have the opportunity to rise to great heights. Listen and learn and gain insights from those whose path you wish to follow. Gather information, do some research into your legend. Learn what is best for you right now to follow your dreams. Folk tales describe how the main personality in a legend copes with the everyday events of life. Deep within the tales is a lesson to pass on to you. The story may be of miracles, spiritual courage, even fairy tales. True legends such as Joan of Arc, Nelson Mandela courageously took on battles to overcome obstacles and persevered to meet triumph and victory. I can't read, sorry. Uh, went to school all my life to learn it, and I'm still not so great. The mantra is, I gather inspiration, strength, and insight from true legends. So do a little research, type in a name, Google them, find out a little bit about them. And then take it from there. Living or past, whatever you want. Maybe it's a group, an organization. What is their mantra? What is their mission statement? What can I learn from, if I were to adopt part of that mission statement for my own personal life? What would it look like? Okay, we'll get an animal here. So go after the knowledge. You want to know how to be married for 50 years? Go to a senior's home and talk to them. Find out how they did it. What little tricks they did in order to make it year after year, day after day. And, some of them more in love now than when they first met. Oh, look at this. Let it be with the little hedgehog. Let it be. I always remember Paul McCartney talked about writing Let It Be, and he said that it was a dream. He was worried about some decisions he had to make. He didn't know. He was all upset. He was antsy. He was pacing the floor, and in his dream, his mother came to him and said, Paul, just let it be. Watch how it plays out. Go with the flow, And we're being told to do that. Let it be. So, sometimes we have to say, do I want to win the war or every single battle? Sometimes we just have to let it be. Let it go. It's not worth our energy, our time, our resources. So release and time out. With the past, I have nothing to do, nor with the future. I live in the now. So very much being present, being in the moment, that 12 energy. Hedgehog reminds you to stop putting so much fear into your life and instead, just let it be. Sometimes when you give your issue breathing room, it corrects itself. When we experience fear or frustration, we immediately tense up our body, our mind, our spirit, which hinders the flow of what we want to do to come to us. We begin to visualize everything that we don't want instead of what we do. And we really need to shift our thoughts there to what we want, not what we don't. There is a lesson in every life test, even though it can be painful at times. Being grateful instead of angry, the weight of emotion will begin to gently heal and release itself from your grip. Therefore, if you're experiencing frustration or fear with any aspect of your life, career, money, love, the list goes on, take a few moments today and visualize how you want that area in your life to actually look. When you begin to say negative things such as, I will never have money to do the things I want, say to yourself, stop. Then repeat what you do want. I have enough money to do the things that I want. And it takes training. But before you know it, the things that you don't want will begin to stop happening. The things that you do want will start flowing. I double dare you to try that. It is amazing how things will start to come to you if you change your wording, if you take the negative and say, okay, well, what would be the positive to that? What do I really want in my life? And then state that instead and start stating that over and over again. Why not? And watch what happens in your life. But you have to kill the negative. You have to stop that talk. And so we don't even realize we do it most times. So it's becoming aware. You can't hitchhike on somebody else's life, and if you do, you just might get pricked. Instead, you must find your own way and do the work yourself. There's always somebody there to help light the lantern, but it is you who must keep the flame lit. Always know that there are those who believe in you. With every dream accomplished, and even every dream failed, remember the most important thing is for you to continually dream the dream, no matter what, and you will realize your dream one day soon. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.